Okay, welcome here to the Dogs of Endurance Racing here at Watkins Glen. We got a multi-class race going on here today. A lot of great drivers out here, some new faces, and some older faces. So I think this is going to be a pretty good race here for these guys. Beautiful day here at Watkins Glen, New York. And make sure if you're watching here on Twitch, make sure you're following us there. Click that follow button right under the viewing screen. Follow us here at MaxSpeedTV. Appreciate it very much. You can check us out at MaxSpeedTV.com. And you can also follow us on Facebook at Facebook.com/MaxSpeedTV. Still not seeing it, Ed?
Yep, your video looks good, buddy.
Okay.
Sorry about that. I got lost there for a minute, Rudy. I'm watching there. I'm watching it, but I have no sound coming from it still.
Or do you have your sound turned down on your...
Well, there we go. Yep, that's what it was. Thank you, Rudy. Just want to make sure your broadcast and your sound works good.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, having a little issue here, not really broadcasting up to the full power, though. I'm not quite sure what's going on with that. Usually I'm pushing about 40 frames a second, and right now I'm only pushing 21. So I don't know what's going on with that. Could be some, we've been having some issues with Twitch lately, and I'm not sure if they're maybe doing some upgrades or what, I don't know. So if there is any glitching or anything in it, it's not on my end here. It's got to be something with Twitch, because Michael's been having the same problems.
That's what I say, Rudy. We got to still get Monday. We get a chance, buddy. Go talk to that woman. Maybe we get our own things going over you know, that other stuff what we're talking about.
Yep.
Boy, you know, watching a race, it looks so much better than driving on this track. It just, you know what I mean? It looks so much better.
Oh yeah, I know it. It always looks better. You get out on that track and it just isn't the same, you know?
No, it's not. It's just, I mean, I just like the looks of it. I know it's different when you're driving on it. It doesn't looks the same to me, so. Okay, Rudy. Good luck there broadcasting today, buddy. And I'm going to head to the birthday party, so I'll talk to you later.
All right, have a good time. Thank you.
Okay, buddy. You too.
User disconnected from
Okay, coming down to 1 minute here. Like I said, I apologize if it appears to be a little bit choppy, but out of my hands. That's Twitch. I don't know what they're doing. They have these things they do, and I don't know. They don't no warning or anything. So if it's a little choppy, I apologize. But down here, 40 seconds till we do get to qualifying here. So get ready. This is going to be exciting. All right, qualifying is beginning here. It looks like we've got a few guys in here. Some guys maybe didn't turn out to a lot of practice. Maybe only about 10 drivers in here, it looks like. So not a huge field. Maybe we'll have a couple of late entries that might come in. I don't know. It looks to be like maybe only 10 of them at the moment here qualifying. Just so you know, this is a 90-minute race. So that's an hour and a half. So make sure you get your drinks in hand and ready to rock and roll. And that reminds me, I will be right back. I'm going to get me something to drink. right, a little bit less than 4 minutes here of qualifying. So just hang tight here, stay tuned, because we're going to get into some great racing here. Going to see this field get stretched out here a little bit, and I think we're going to see a lot of good racing amongst the classes that are out here. We've got the rough, we've got the prototype, the Skip Barber, and I'm not sure what the other class was that was running in this. Let's take a look here real quick and see if we can figure out what classes are running in this. We got the Riley, the rough, the street stock. Yeah, that's right. Dogs running the street stock, and the Skip Barber. Okay, about a minute and a half to go. Let's see if Dog can get around here in that minute and a half with that slowpoke and try to get his at least one lap in. All right, looks like qualifying is over. So we're going to get over, as they get ready to line up. This will be a rolling start.
Is everything still working?
Yes, I do. I have Trading Paints running. If it's not working, you'll have to contact Trading Paints or iRacing. It's running.
Okay, I was just wondering because I noticed on my broadcast that you don't have my my Trading Paints paint for my street stock on. All right, no problem.
I'll update again right now, but I updated twice already, and I don't know. It is what it is, I guess. Yeah, Trading Paints
I just
has been
noticed
having all kinds of problems lately.
Yeah, I noticed because every time if there's a Canadian a Canada flag on any of my cars, then it's not my actual paint job. But alright, good job.
Okay. I'll double check. I know it's running, but let me double check what I heard somebody say about shutting it off and restarting it sometimes helps, so I'll try that real quick.
Yeah, you have to do that pretty much every time.
She's, are you grilling?
Channel switched.
All right, bear with me here, folks. I'm going to try to... Well, okay, let me see here. Maybe Trading Paints ain't running. I would have swore it was this morning. Okay, my bad. Sorry about that, dog. My bad. I would have swore it was running. But I've updated it 3 times. Okay, now it's updating. Here we go. Thank you, dog. Thank you. You old dog. Alright, so it is a pace lap here. Let's go down. The running orders are going around here. Brian Herring going to be starting on the pole. Rumble Seat in second place. Crusher in third. Michael D'Amico in fourth. Newly painted car this morning. Looks great at the wee hours of the morning, let me add. Jimmy Eifling in fifth. Michael Hilshire, not starting. Albin Norberg in seventh. Tell you what, let's go to a different view here because, okay, now we can see him a little bit better. In eighth, in the number 44, Taurus. Cheesemaker starting ninth. Dog starting on pit road here. Not sure why. Starting on pit road. Juakilla, however you pronounce that, starting 11th. Jeffrey Belk in 12th. And Braveheart starting in 13th. So let's get back up here to our leader because we're getting ready to roll this thing out here and get this thing underway. Not too far from it here, folks. Dog, I owe you a big apology. I am so sorry, man. I need to check things before I run my pie hole, I guess. So, apologize, buddy. Cars look pretty good out there, though. All right, one more turn and they're going to get cut loose here and get ready to rock and roll on Watkins Glen. 90 minutes of fine racing right here by these guys. So get ready, hang on to your seats, take a drink of whatever you're drinking today, and let's get ready to watch this race unfold here. Pace cars off, and here they go. All right, so right out to a good lead here. Brian Herring doing a great job getting right out in front of Rumble Seat. Multi-class here, folks, so this is going to be very interesting. We're going to have, we'll have a few winners, not just one. But we got 4 classes running here today, so that means we'll have 4 winners. And we're going to try to get a word in with each and every one of them at the end of the race. All right, back here, rumble seat trying to hang on to our leader, Brian Herring. But Brian Herring, pretty tough customer out there. We've been watching him for a couple weeks now, and he definitely knows how to get around these road courses. Rumble seat, I don't know that well, but he appears to be doing quite well. So, maybe he's got a little something to show Brian today. We will have to see. Let's see if Dog made it off a pit road yet. Let's go back and check on him. He is running in the 11th spot, because for some reason Taurus did not start the race. Not sure what happened there to him. I thought he started. Obviously not. Crusher running, let's get up here to Crusher running in third in the Riley. The Riley's definitely leading the way here today, probably the fastest car of all these cars. But like I said, multi-class here, folks, multi-class. Michael D'Amico now in the fourth place. I believe he finished second yesterday in one of their last qualifying races. So here he is running in the fourth, doing quite well. Let's go back to the fifth place guy, quite a bit back, Jimmy Eifling. I think Jimmy might be just pacing himself right now, just trying to get some of this time run down. They got a long race ahead of him. Like I said, 90 minutes. Going to be quite grueling on these guys. A lot of turning, a lot of up and down shifting. Saving those tires is going to be important. Not sure about the gas mileage here. Believe they'll probably be able to do this on one pit stop, some of these cars. So again, like we'll have to stay up, right up on that. All right, the first rough out here, Albin Norberg, definitely showing the way of the roughs. All right, back to Cheesemaker right behind him, not too far. Cheesemaker having a good day out here. Running into 7th right now, but second in his class of the rough. And hanging right on to Norberg. Taurus in 8th. I'm not sure why he's not showing up on my grid here. May have been a late entry. Not sure. I believe that's what it was. So, but anyhow, running in the 8th spot. Jeffrey Belk in the Skip Barber, first one in his class out here, running in the 9th place. Not far behind him, Braveheart running in 10th. Oh, it looks like he did get passed. So, all right, and then Dog running back here, the only one in his class running the street stock. Running actually in dead last. Taking a chance out here, wanting to run the street stocks, and already, I hate to say this, but already Brian Herring not really all that far behind him. Going to be coming up around here not long, and going to be putting a lap on Dog. All right, Brian Herring's got about a 3.3 second on Rumble Seat. Rumble Seat back here in second place, trying to hang on to Brian, but I'm telling you what, he's losing a lot of ground to him. As you can see, Brian going through the bus stop, actually coming out of the bus stop about the time Rumble Seat's starting into it, so he's got about that much of a lead on him. Doing a good job of hanging on to him, though. I gotta admit, that's a great job. Up these hills in the loop back here, or the boot, whatever you want to call it. I guess it's called the boot, which is the backside here of Watkins Glen. Now they got the sharp hairpin turn coming up on Dog. Does make that pass, so putting Dog a lap down now. Crusher in third spot in the Riley. Got the Texas emblem on that car. Proud Texas driver here today. These guys really doing a great job. Now he's coming up on the lap car of Dog. Let's see how he handles him coming into the turn. Clean pass all the way. Good job. Coming up on another lap car here of a Skip Barber. Skip Barber goes high and lets him go. Good job. More lap traffic. Lots of respect by these drivers out here. They respect one another a lot, and they've definitely found some class drivers, high class drivers here, that these guys really do give a lot of respect around each other. So congratulations to them. Good job. Michael D'Amico in fourth, not too awful far back. Let's check and see here how far he is back behind these guys. About 3.9 seconds behind Crusher. Michael definitely having a good day out here. He's been practicing with these guys all week long, trying to get up to the speed that they're at, and actually not doing too bad. I'm pretty proud of him. He's been doing pretty good, because these guys are really, really good road racers. He was kind of a little worried about a couple drivers showing up today and just whooping them bad, but fortunately for him, they did not show up. But it doesn't matter. Brian Herring out here really doing a great job. Michael already 21 seconds behind the leader, but that's really not too bad. They got a lot of race to go here yet. Rumble Seat now 4.3 seconds behind our leader. Let's get up here and see how good Brian is doing. Brian really laying down some good laps. Going to be a while before we see him come down pit road, I believe. He's 6 laps down, into the books right now, so he can go a long ways on a tank of fuel. I kind of expect about 20 laps possibly before we see them come down pit road. I'm guessing, of course, but I'm kind of thinking about around the 20 lap area. I'm not exactly sure what kind of gas mileage these Rileys get. Okay, let's go back here and we will check on, looks like we've had a couple maybe that have fallen behind a little bit here. Dog has picked up a spot now, has moved up to the 10th position in the street stock. So Dog picking up a spot over Jeffrey Belk. We'll go back and check and see what happened to Jeffrey Belk here. He is definitely way back here in the Skip Barber. Street stocks are a little bit quicker than the Skip Barber, but Dog already picking up 1 spot. Great job by him. Coming into the bus stop here. All right, Braveheart running actually in the 9th spot because they haven't crossed the line yet, but running in the 9th. Now coming up behind him, looks like somebody in the, let's see, that would be the number 42 there of Cheesemaker, passing up Braveheart. These guys here, Braveheart actually a lap down now, getting passed up by the leader. Jua Killa. Killy. Boy, I don't know. I hate to say that. I'm butchering it. Sorry about that. I'm butchering it up. I hate to do that, buddy. Somebody will have to tell me how to pronounce that. Until then, I'll just call you Jua. Taurus running here in the 8th spot, yet in the rough. It looks like Taurus having a good day. Not driving a Taurus, he's driving a rough though. These rough cars, I'm telling you what, are amazing cars. They are just really, really tough. They're very, very competitive out on the tracks. They hold the track very well. Fun to drive, lots of horsepower, and definitely built for the road courses. No doubt about it. In the 7th place here, we've got Cheesemaker still running in 7th, doing a good job. Watch Cheesemaker here the last few weeks has been running really well. Showing him behind Albin Norberg in his class, though. Albin is definitely quite a bit ahead of him. Let's take a look here and see where he is ahead of him. Up to Albin here, and it's 6.7 seconds back to Cheesemaker. So Cheesemaker losing a little bit of ground to Norberg, not a lot, but maybe a couple tenths a lap or something, a tenth a lap. So those two actually running pretty much almost identical laps. So good job by these guys. Norberg definitely, I think, man, I'll tell you, he was ready for today. He was ready. He was, like, I think, just like itching, man. He wanted to get this race going so bad. My hat's off to these guys. They put on a heck of a show here And, you know, even though they are multi-class, they still put on a great show for the viewers. And I hope you all are really enjoying this. And it looks like Dog goes back, loses that position to Belk again. There must have been a pass there I did not see. So let's go back and take a look at Dog here. Running in the 11th spot again, as Belk did get back by him running the Skip Barber. So not sure what happened to Dog. He may have got a little loose in one of the turns or something. So I don't know. Can't cover everything here to see what's going on, but I try. All right, Taurus running in the 8th spot. Cheesemaker here in 7th. Norberg up. Great job for Norberg today. He is really showing the muscle here at Watkins Glen. Jimmy Eifling running in 5th. 54 seconds behind the leader. So almost a full minute already. Michael D'Amico now 35 seconds behind the leader, running in 4th. In the MaxSpeedTV car. And also Arizona Painters. You can see that right on the hood. That's where he works, Arizona Painters. All right, Crusher in 3rd spot, still putting that Texas machine around this track, doing a good job. 32 seconds behind the leader, and I hate to say this, but I think Michael might be reeling him in. Michael was, I think, further back behind him, and now he's up to 3.9 seconds. So he might be reeling him in. It was like 4.9 or something. I forget now, 4 something. Here he is now under 4 seconds, so has caught him a little bit. All right, Rumble Seat now 14 seconds behind our leader. 19 seconds back to Crusher. And Brian Herring continuing to lead out here. Has led every lap so far. Nobody has been able to challenge him. Our Rumble Seat back here almost 15 seconds. Is 15 seconds behind Brian Herring. So Brian putting on a great race up here. I'm sure he's tickled by his performance. I don't know why he wouldn't be. Let's ride along with Brian here and check out a lap with Brian Herring. looks like Brian having a great race here, hitting his marks. It's what it's going to take here. Consistency, concentration, making sure you're hitting your marks every time. Coming up on Skip Barber here to put another Skip Barber lap down. Remember, they're in different classes, though. Through the bus stop, Brian Herring coming out of the bus stop, around the long sweeping turn here and into the boot. Going down into the boot here. All right, let's go back and check on Rumble Seat on pit road. And it looks like he is maybe taking that car behind the pit wall. Well, not sure what happened to him, but that's going to put Crusher in second spot now. Crusher will move up one position. So will Michael D'Amico. But it looks like Rumble Seat may be done for the day. Not sure exactly what happened to him. All right, Michael D'Amico will move up to third. Everybody going to move up a position here. His Rumble Seat still off of the track. No word what happened to him. So let's see how this is going to shake out here. Once they cross the line, we'll see how everybody is going to be scored since Rumble Seat took his car behind pit road. It's kind of unfortunate. He was having a great day out there. Actually wasn't too far behind our leader there, Brian Herring. So that does move Crusher up to second, Michael D'Amico into third. And Rumble Seat continues to drop back through the field and must be out of this for the day. Jimmy Eifling going to move up a position as well. Going to move him up to fourth. And let's see here. We'll go back. Albin Norberg now going to be moved up to fifth as these guys continue to come around here and gain a position as Rumble Seat took his car behind pit road. I hate to see that. These guys out here having a good day, but things happen. You know, real life situations kick in. And sometimes you just have no control over it. Oh, we got a spinner. Michael D'Amico spinning out. Well, let's go back here and take a look and see what happened to Michael. Watch him as he comes into the hairpin. Looks like maybe he just overdrove it, spun it around, didn't hit anything. Good job, Michael, good job. I'm sure he's probably not too happy with himself right now, that driving, but mistakes happen. Mistakes happen. That's going to put him back quite a little ways there. Crusher now 17 seconds ahead of Michael D'Amico. And Michael was running so well. Crusher now 54 seconds behind our leader, Brian Herring. Heck, I think Brian could come down pit road, take all 4 tires, full tank of fuel, and still get out ahead of Crusher. But, you know, new tires here on road courses sometimes are not a good thing. Sometimes older tires are better than new. So that's something that these guys do want to take into consideration. Coming down to the 1 hour mark. They've completed about almost 30 minutes of racing here. 1 hour to go. Let's go back here and check on Dog. Dog running in the 11th position right now in the street stock. Getting ready to be passed up by our leader right now to put Dog another lap down. Dog running pretty good. The only one in his class, actually. So he'll be the winner of his class. Actually, he is running in the 10th spot. We've had another one that has taken their car behind pit wall. Braveheart has left the server, as well as Rumble Seat. So Jeffrey Belk running in the 10th spot. And Skip Barber. Jua in 9th here in the Skip Barber as well. Those two, the only ones in their class. And Jua got quite a lead over Jeffrey. They are on the same lap, but quite a little bit of difference between them. 17 seconds back to Jeffrey Belk. Taurus up here in 7th, and the rough. As he powers it into the bus stop here. Got to get that thing slowed down, gear it down. And around the long sweeping turn here and get ready to go down into the boot. The long way around here at Watkins Glen when you add the boot to it. All right, Cheesemaker having a good day running in the 6th position here. And Norberg out front, 6.7 seconds back to Cheesemaker. Norberg definitely leading his class here. Not sure when they'll be thinking about pitting here. Might be thinking about maybe at about halfway. So maybe in about another 15 minutes, we might see some of these guys coming down on pit road. Nine cars left out on the track right now, all spread out. Let's go up here. Jimmy Eifling now 101 seconds behind our leader. Michael D'Amico still in 3rd, 85 seconds behind our leader. And only 16 seconds ahead of Jimmy Eifling. Let's see how he negotiates this hairpin coming up here. This is where got him that one other time. Seems to be tiptoeing around there a little bit better this time. Running the Arizona paint painters and MaxSpeedTV car. Crusher in second, now 61 seconds behind our leader, Brian Herring. Wow, Brian has just checked out on this field. So definitely a powerhouse here today by Brian Herring. And now he is catching Jimmy Eifling to put Jimmy a lap down. Jimmy goes wide and lets him go by. Good job. So only 3 cars left on the lap. The next one he'll be coming up to will be Michael D'Amico, and Michael is not that far ahead of him. Michael only about maybe 35 seconds ahead of our leader right now, so he could start feeling the crunch here before too much longer, and Brian Herring to put him a lap down. Let's see where Michael's at in comparison to Brian. Michael just now coming to the hairpin, so Brian Herring not that far behind him. See if I could zoom in a little bit, but seems to make it worse. All right, well, let's try that for a little bit here. I don't know, I was trying to zoom in on the car a little bit more. I love this camera angle, but it seemed like it was a little bit wider shot than what I like. So Brian Herring just continuing to dominate out here. Let's go back through the field a little bit further here. Crusher in second spot, now 67 seconds behind our leader. Michael D'Amico now 95 seconds behind our leader. So just a few seconds ahead of him, actually. Trying to stay ahead of him by all means to stay on the lead lap. Back in for Jimmy Eifling. Already a lap down. Albin Norberg in fifth here. First of his class in the rough. Cheesemaker not a whole long ways back behind Norberg, trying to hang on to his toe here. It looks like Taurus may be off of the track. Jua in 8th in the Skip Barber, first in his class in the Skip Barber. And back here, Jeffrey Belk now on pit road. And then let's go check on Dog. Dog running back here. I believe he'll be in the 8th place as he comes around 9th. Really sure. Looks like Taurus may have taken his car behind pit road. Well, let's see if we can find him on the track here. No, sir. Taurus may be done for the day. So Brian Herring out here pulling away. Second place, Crusher, 77 seconds behind Brian Herring. Over a minute. It's hard to make up. The only way we can make that up is if Brian really made a mistake on pit road or on the track, slipped up, and Crusher could reel him in a little bit, or on their pit stops. He could make it up on pit stops. Sorry about that, folks. I had to get a little something to drink there. My throat was kind of getting dry. Pretty tough when you do all this talking. You lose your voice after a while. All right, let's go back and check on Michael D'Amico now. Michael coming through the bus stop. Michael having a great day out here. I know he's just proud of his driving abilities out here. Like I said, he's been practicing all week with these guys and really having a great time. Finished second in one of the races, a practice race last night, I believe. And was pretty tickled about his finish out here racing with these guys because they're so definitely strong in road course. So, yeah, Michael D'Amico, Arizona Painters, and MaxSpeedTV driving that car today. Painted it up in the wee hours of this morning, and actually don't look too bad. Let's take a closer look at it here. Well, that's a little close. The leader does go by him, so Brian Herring passing up Michael D'Amico to put Michael one lap down. 2 cars left on the lead lap. It won't be long, and Brian will have Crusher reeled in and probably put him a lap down as well. Let's see where Crusher is. Crusher actually going into the boot right now, so not that far ahead of the leader. The leader actually not too far behind him, coming up on him. The leader just now going into the boot, and Crusher going to be coming to the hairpin here in a minute, so he is really reeling him in quick. This is getting intense here. Crusher wants to stay on that lead lap if at all possible. He's going to be coming to the start-finish line here before long. And let's see, our leader, Brian Herring, now coming. He's going to be coming to the hairpin here in just a minute. As he comes around the hairpin, Crusher just crossed the finish line. So really not a whole long ways behind him. Probably about 40 seconds. Crusher really wanting to stay up here. Well, let's go back and check on Cheesemaker. I wanted to see a Cheesemaker back here running in the 6th place. And Taurus, you know, we were kind of wondering about him. Still off the track, so I would say his day is done here. Albin Norberg in the 5th spot now. So these guys are still out here running quite well. And it looks like Jeffrey Belk may be still on pit road. Don't know exactly what happened to Jeffrey Belk. He is still on pit road. And is it Braveheart maybe back out here? Braveheart is back out on the track. Maybe wanting to pick up a position or two. he can get a few more laps in here, he may pick up another position. So good to see him back out there. If he keeps going, he'll pass up Rumble Seat and take, well, he already did, excuse me. He is running in the, when he crosses the line, he'll be in 10th spot. So whatever the issue was there, he's got it fixed up and got it back out on the track. It looks like he's got a lot of damage on that car. He is dog tracking pretty bad. So he may have had a spin earlier on. If we had more time, we could go back. He's got a lot of rear spoiler damage, so I'm sure he's really having a difficult time handling that car right now. But if we had time, we could go back and see if we could figure out where he had that slip up. He must have hit the wall or hit something. But good to see him back out there on the track running in 10th. Now Crusher coming up on the rear of him. How is Crusher going to deal with them? Going to try to pass him on the outside around the turn here. So great job by Crusher. Second place man right here, 87 seconds behind our leader. Not far ahead of him. Less than 40 seconds ahead of our leader. I know that sounds like a long ways if you really think about it, but all it takes is a little slip up on some of these turns, and the leader could be right up there on top of him to put him a lap down. Only him and the leader, Brian Herring, are the only ones on the lead lap right now. Going back to Michael D'Amico in third. Michael did have that spin there in the hairpin earlier and has recovered from it nicely. Still hanging on to third spot. Is one lap down. Nobody has stopped for fuel yet or anything, so a lot of good driving going on out here as you see these guys really having a good time. Jimmy Eifling now back to fourth again. He had passed Michael D'Amico earlier, I believe. No. Yeah, I thought he did, but he must have had a slip up or something there, and I don't know. Maybe not. Don't remember. That was a few laps ago. All right, Albin Norberg back here in the rough, running in fifth, doing great. And let's take a look back to how far it is back to Cheesemaker. Cheesemaker 13 seconds behind Albin in the rough. Again, like I said, Albin excited about getting this thing underway here today. And guys, we are coming at the halfway mark here. Looks like Albin may be coming down pit road now. He does come down pit road. And that does let Cheesemaker get by him. So Albin will lose one position to Cheesemaker. Looks like a fuel only stop here. No tires, just fuel. Takes a while to fuel these babies up. And he's away. So Cheesemaker does pass him. Cheesemaker takes over the fifth position from Albin Norberg. All right, Jimmy Eifling down on pit road now. Let's see what he does here, coming down on pit road. See what kind of pit strategy he pulls here. I kind of expect about the same fuel-only pit stop, but we're starting to see some of the leaders are coming down on pit road now. We have not seen Brian Herring on pit road yet, nor Michael D'Amico, nor Cheesemaker. Looks like he does do some tire changing and fuel, so all right, and he's away. I believe it looked like he might have took front tires. I'm not sure how these things take tires. I think you take front and rear, but don't quote me on that. I don't have the knowledge of that. Not real knowledgeable about these road course cars, so bear with me, folks. All right, so Eifling back off and Cheesemaker in 5th now as Nordberg goes back to 6th. And let's see if we can get up here with Michael D'Amico, which is still not pitted. Michael D'Amico 1 lap down. Let's get up here to Crusher. Crusher has not pitted, and neither has our leader. So the top 3 have not pitted, nor the 5th place guy of Cheesemaker. And also Jua has not pitted. Dog back here in the 8th position. He's been on pit road 7 times. Not sure what was going on with that, whether he may be just running a few laps and stopping. He knows he's the only one in his class. He can stop every 5-6 laps if he wants to. Doesn't matter. One of our Canadian brothers there that has started this league, and it's a great league to be in. These guys are very, very good drivers, very respectful, as you see. Dog definitely has handpicked some great drivers in his league here. Michael D'Amico coming up on the back here of Dog. He does make a good clean pass on him. He's going to be coming up on a rough here in a minute, and let's see how we're going to stay right with him and see how he negotiates around him. Rough being pretty fast out there. Michael out here on old tires. Not sure if, if he's going to be able to reel him in real quick. Probably starting to feel some of his draft here on these long straightaways, but he is reeling them in here quite quick. And I believe that was Nordberg that he just passed. Yep, it was Nordberg. All right, so we've got Jeffrey Belk still back out here running now, running in the 9th position. The leader going by him right now, putting him another lap down. And back here in last position, Braveheart finally getting his car fixed up somewhat. Still got a little bit of damage on that thing. As we can go down here and take a look at it. He's still got quite a bit of damage on that. Get a little closer here for you. You see rear spoiler damage and front spoiler damage. So he must have took that thing off the road somewhere and hit a wall or hit some tires or something. Get up here to our leaders, see what our leader's doing here as he comes to go by the start-finish line. He's led 29 laps. As he comes across the finish line, that will go to 30. He has led all 30 laps so far that he has run. Has put the whole field one lap down now. And about to reel in Eifling here, and Eifling going to go another lap down. That will put Eifling, I believe, 3 laps down, 2 or 3. I think 3. As he goes right on by Eifling. Eifling just knows he's faster. Says, just go on ahead. Well, Norberg does get by. He is on pit road. Looks like he is changing all 4 tires. Must have had a bad set of tires or something on that car. And he's away. All right, so coming down 36 minutes left of this race. Norberg back on pit road. Cheesemaker just now coming around is going to stay behind him. And still we have not seen the front 3 on pit road yet. Crusher in second. Michael D'Amico in third, still has not been on pit road. Eifling has been on pit road once. So, Eifling 2 laps down there. Norberg now away with the 4 fresh tires. Got to get some heat build up in them in order for them to get real bitey coming in and out the turns. So he's out here sliding around trying to get a little heat build up in them. Cheesemaker in the 6th position. Jua in 7th. In the Skip Barber, first in his class. Been out front the first of his class all day long. Now a dog in the 8th spot in the street stock. Only street stock out there, so he will win his class. Braveheart in 9th. Jeffrey Belk back on pit road. Still got a lot of damage on that car, probably wanting to get it fixed up. He is going to be scored as the last one on the track right now in 10th. Herring going by, putting him another lap down. Herring now coming up on Norberg. Norberg stays high, or stays left, excuse me, and lets him go by. So good job by them guys. rough, no match for these Rileys. These Rileys are just, this is what they're made for. As you can tell by the style on them, they're just road course cars. Crusher in second. Tell you what we'll do, we'll go back and let's follow Dog, and we will ride along with Dog. Actually pretty fast in these street stocks. Look like a lot of fun out here. Make sure if you're just joining us here on Twitch, make sure you click that follow button right under the viewing screen and follow us. We do broadcast 7 nights a week here at MaxSpeedTV. And would love to have you viewers in here watching us broadcast these races. Pretty much kind of what we do, you know, and love to have all the viewers watching. Always provide some good shows for the viewers and some great races. A lot of great races that have gone on this past couple of weeks. We've seen some great finishes by a lot of really good drivers, and but follow us along, and I appreciate it. And down, if you scroll down, way down under the viewing screen, you can also go to our YouTube channel, our website, and MaxSpeedTV. You can go to Maximum Speed Racing, our league, and I think you got what it takes to join us there, and you can apply or let us know. Follow us on Facebook. There's a button down there also to go to our Facebook page. Follow along on that. We do put the videos up there when they are ready. I upload these to YouTube, and of course, you know, they take a couple hours for them to process and everything. So as soon as they're available, I do put the link on the Facebook page to go view it. But if you follow or subscribe on YouTube, you can watch them right there when they're done processing. All right, I'm going to get off the Dog because I don't want to cause them any more problems here following along with them. Well, let's get back up here. Looks like Crusher did come down pit road, and Michael D'Amico now moves into second spot. So Crusher has pitted. I'm not sure if we can catch him on pit road here. Yes, sir. There he was on pit road. Caught him in the replay. So, all right, has been on pit road. So the only ones that have been not been on pit road, Michael D'Amico, which Crusher is coming up on now. Crusher having the fresher stuff here, full of fuel, ready to make it the rest of the way in the race. 30 minutes left to go here, folks. He makes a run here on the inside of Michael D'Amico and races him hard into the bus stop. Michael D'Amico falls back to the third place again. we will try to watch and see if we do see Michael D'Amico and Brian Herring come down on pit road yet to make their pit stops. I'm sure Michael would definitely welcome 4 fresh tires on that thing, as he's probably about worn them out. And Michael is coming down pit road now. His first pit stop of the day. Whoops, that's not a good view. There we go. Sorry about that. And a view of the Sunoco fuel sign. All right, Michael coming down. Let's see what his pit strategy is here. Trying to maintain that 3rd position ahead of Jimmy Eifling. Tires going on. I hope he didn't take a full tank of fuel, because he doesn't need it. He's already he's only got 27 minutes left of this race. Could probably make it on about a half a tank of fuel, but he sits there and gets that thing filled up, I guess, and he's away. Does maintain the 3rd place. Jimmy Eifling back quite a ways behind them in 4th spot. So the only one we haven't seen on pit road is our leader, Brian Herring. And I'm kind of looking for him to come down here before too much longer. You know, he's got that much of a lead over everybody. He can afford to come down pit road and get fuel, tires, or whatever he needs. I kind of look down here in a couple more laps. We will try to stay right on him and see when he does come down pit road. I really kind of expect it here in just a short time. He's got the whole field lap. There ain't much of a reason why he shouldn't come down pit road. Not yet, though. He's going to make me into a fool here. Just tires, sometimes tires are holding up so good you just, don't want to take that chance and just stay out there. He may be just kind of backpedaling a little bit and taking his time. They don't look like it, but he is about a second off of his fastest lap, so he is definitely feeling the crunch of the tires probably, and he probably has backed off a little bit. There's no sense in running that thing so hard because nobody's immediately challenging him. 25 minutes left in this race. So I hope you're enjoying the show here, folks. Been a great race so far. Well, let's go back here and check on Jeffrey Belk, running in the 10th position. Jeffrey had a lot of damage on that car. Has been on pit road several times. Matter of fact, 14 times he's been down pit road trying to get some of that damage fixed up. But here he is running in the 10th position. All right, Braveheart back out after a lengthy pit stop there quite a few laps ago. He's been on pit road about 5 times, running in the 9th position. Dog out here, the only street stock on the track, topping his class. Only one. And he gives way to Cheesemaker there. Cheesemaker makes a good, clean pass on him. Jua running in the 7th in the Skip Barber. Great run for Jua today. Again, I don't know if I'm saying that right, and if I'm not, I apologize, Jua. But I don't know, I don't even know if you're in TeamSpeak for me to ask if that's how you pronounce it. All right, running in 6th, Cheesemaker here. Cheesemaker having a good day. Him and Norberg, the only two out here in the rough. Ooh, and he blinks out. They're in the rough car and running quite well. I'm impressed with these roughs on Watkins Glen. But Norberg quite a bit ahead of him. Both are on the same lap. So, and Norberg passed up Cheesemaker quite a few laps ago, and here he is running in the 5th spot, topping his class in the rough. All right, let's move up here to Jimmy Eifling running 4th, the last in his class in the Raleigh Daytona prototype. Next up would be Michael D'Amico running 3rd place. Has finally been on pit road, and we missed it, but Brian Herring was on pit road. We missed it. How did we miss that? Doggone it. I'm going to go back here and see when he was on pit road, folks. There he was. It looked like he put tires on that and fuel. And that was just a couple of laps ago. All right. So everybody has been on pit road now. 22 minutes left in this race. Brian Herring going by Jimmy Eifling, putting Jimmy another lap down, but giving way to him. Knows Brian's that much faster, and that's the respect you see out of these guys out here. Dogs of endurance racing. This is that's the respect you see out here. These guys give each other. So my hat's off to them. Great racing by all these guys out here today. Well, it looks like Belk may have taken his car behind pit wall. Not sure. Let's take a wander back here. Oh, he had a spin. Let's watch him here and see. He had a spin, and maybe that's just what did it for him. Watch and see what happens here and where it happened. Oh, right there. Oh, and he caught the grass, and that's what spun him around. And it looks like he towed from there. Okay. So now we know what happened to him. Cheesemaker up here running in the 6th position, and I'm not sure, maybe Belk might be done for the day. I guess I'm not live. Sorry about that. Got to be live. But great run by these guys. Here Norberg running in the 5th spot, topping his class in the rough. Eifling back here. Let's go back and check on Dog, because I really haven't put Dog in the limelight here for that much today. Here he is running in the 8th place in the street stocks on Watkins Glen. And this actually has proved to be pretty decent here for him to run today. The only one in his class. Only one out here running street stocks today. All right, going back behind him, Braveheart's still out here running in 9th. Still got an awful lot of damage on that car. And definitely with some handling problems, but he's still doing good. Running into 9th place. Just waiting to see if anybody might make a mistake. He's a couple laps behind Dog. Dog's 12 laps down, and Braveheart out here running 14 laps down. Now he's about to be passed. Looks like Eifling is going to pass him. Jua running in 7th, having a good day out here, having a blast, running at the top of his class in the Skip Barber. Good job by Jua out here. Jua Kili? I don't know how you say that. He's from Finland. So definitely we'll get a word in with him if he gets in TeamSpeak here so we can talk to him. But we'll find out there after the race. All right, up here, Cheesemaker in 6th. Albin Norberg from Scandinavia running in the 5th spot in the rough. Good job by him. Jimmy Eifling here. See a lot of smoke. What happened there, I wonder? Let's take a replay back here and see what happened there. It looked like an awful lot of smoke around where he was at. Don't know if it was him or somebody ahead of him. There was the smoke. Must have been somebody that spun out ahead of him. So it wasn't him. Might have been a Dog or something there. I'm not sure exactly, but all right, well, checking in with him. Michael D'Amico now running in the 3rd spot. Michael, I'm telling you what, you got to be awful proud of yourself, brother, running this well out here with these guys here that are so good on road courses. You've come a long ways in your driving abilities here on the road course. I got to say, definitely thumbs up to you, brother. Good job. Crusher in 2nd, a lap behind the leader, Brian Herring, but running in 2nd here, still having a great day. Great job that he's just doing out here. I mean, we had a couple guys that have fallen out of the race. The one that was really strong up there earlier today with Rumble Seat running in 2nd, and for whatever reason, not really sure, Rumble Seat took his car behind pit wall. Just kind of pulled it off the track and took it behind the pit wall. So I don't know what happened to him. Kind of weird, but we'll find out some of these things at the end of the race here, and so we can figure out what happened to him. All right, let's get up to our leader here, Crusher. We're coming down to less than 15 minutes till this race is over, so we're going to try to give our leader a little bit of camera time. The leader never gets enough camera time. That's kind of unfortunate for the leader. You know, it's always the battles that are going on back behind him. So, Brian, we're going to give you some camera time, okay, brother? Running in the Riley Daytona prototype. He's led every lap so far. 43 laps he's turned and led all of the race so far. So, you know, hope he can hang on to it for another 14 minutes here and finish this race and bring this thing home for the win, the overall win. Now, there'll be other winners. Albert Norberg right now topping his class in the rough. We've got Jua in the Skip Barber topping his class, and the only one running in the street stocks, Dog, running in the street stocks today, the only one in his class, so definitely top. So hopefully we can get a word in with these guys after the race and talk to them and ask them how their race went today. I think it was pretty exciting. Exciting in a way of racing is what I'm saying, because we've seen a lot of respect out here, as we're going to probably see here in a minute. Our leader coming up on the inside of Dog giving way to him, and that's the kind of respect that these guys like out here. They like to see. We didn't have a huge field, and this big facility, Watkins Glen with the boot, and it's a big track, so there's lots of room around here to pass and maneuver around folks without any issues. All right, coming down to 12 minutes left in this race. Let's get a good old sky view of what's happening out here with our leader and watch him turn a lap around this place. Not slow either. Doggone trees are in the way. So Brian definitely knows how to get around this joint. These guys, like I said, they've been running some practice races this week, and this is the kind of stuff that makes these drivers better. Guys like Michael D'Amico, that's not a big road course, fanatic, but has improved drastically on his road course abilities here, running in the third spot today. I'm prouder than all get out of him. And, these cars definitely do hook up good at this track. Gotta admit. This is what these cars are made for. All right, Norberg going another lap down as our leader just gets done passing him. Brian Herring, definitely the one out here for everybody to chase today. Great race by him. I'm taking some notes here, folks, so if you hear a little dead air here for just a minute, I'm taking some notes. Because we are coming down close to the end here, and I do want to make sure that I have some notes taken for our interview here. But Brian Herring continuing to lead. Great job by him today. Let's go back through the field here, folks, and see where everybody's at. Crusher in second place here, coming through the bus stop. Crusher having a great day out here. He's definitely ran a super race today. In third spot, Jimmy Eifling gets by Michael D'Amico. I don't know exactly what happened there. Michael may have slipped up. Michael going back to the fourth place now. So Eifling getting by Michael D'Amico when they're coming down to the closing minutes of the race here. I'm not sure if Michael slipped up or what, but yeah, okay. But Michael's still having a great day out here, and I mean he's got to be very proud of himself for turning such a great race today. All right, let's go back to 5th. Albin Norberg in the rough, still running in the 5th position. Quite a ways back to Cheesemaker running in 6th. Ooh, a little skip in the server there. I don't know what happened. That was weird. Sometimes these servers act up a little bit, and there was a little skip in that one. Let's make sure we are live. Okay, let's go back through the field a little bit further here. Jua in the skip. Barber still running in 7th. Great job by him today. 10 laps down here overall. Top in his class in the skip. Barber. Dog, the only one out here running the street stocks, running in the 8th position. Great run by him today. He will be the top of his class, the only one in his class. Back here, Braveheart back on pit road. Running in the 9th spot. Last car that's still out on the track. Trying to get some more of that damage fixed up, I guess. Coming down to the closing minutes here, guys. Let's get back up to our leader. Our leader coming through the bus stop right now. And coming down into the boot. All right. Coming down to 7 minutes left here, folks, of this race. Been pretty dramatic. A lot of guys that have spun off of the track and gotten damaged, had to spend time on pit road. We've had guys as many as 14 pit stops. Braveheart's been on pit road 7 times. Dog's been on pit road 7 times. Albin's been on twice, and everybody else has been on 1 time. But we did have, let's see, who the heck was that? That was back here ways Jeffrey Belk. Had been on pit road 14 times. He had spun there a little bit and took some damage. So unfortunate for him. We've had 3 guys leave the race. Taurus, Rumble Seat, and Jeffrey Belk. All 3 of them have left the race today for whatever reason. 9 cars left out on the track. 12 started. 6 more minutes to go until Brian Herring brings us home for the win today. As long as he doesn't make any mistakes here, it looks like he is going to have the win overall. And he's out here driving like he's really got somebody chasing him. If you look back here, Crusher actually is 2 laps down now. So still running in the 2nd spot. Jimmy Eifling has picked it up a ton here, passing Michael D'Amico with just a few minutes left in this race, taking over the 3rd spot from Michael D'Amico. And going back here, Michael D'Amico in 5th. Looks like he has got a little bit of road rash on that car. Albin Norberg running in 5th in the rough. Cheesemaker in 6th. Jua in 7th. As Norberg comes up by him, passes him up. Not for position though. And Dog running in the 8th position here, the only one in his class running the street stocks. But boy, he has been doing a dynamite job out here today in the street stocks. I gotta give it to him, man. That's pretty good. He needs an applause for that one. That's awesome. Great driving out there today, dog. Braveheart still sitting on pit road. Pretty much, I would say, out of the race, because we're coming down under 4 minutes left here to finish this thing up. So let's get back up here with our leader, Brian Herring, still out here racing like he's got somebody racing with him, but everybody else is 2 laps down or more. So Brian Herring definitely the class of the field today. All right, we're going to have to, I'm going to stay right on our leader here because we're coming down to the closing minutes. Not going to leave him here and see when they do get the white flag. And when they get the white flag, that's going to be it for the race. They'll come around, take the checkered wherever they are at here time-wise. So we'll stay right on Brian here and see what kind of job he does. We're going to go to the camera view here and watch as he gets ready to take some of these laps, his last few turns to get the white flag. Under 2 minutes to go, minute and a half. And Brian's still out here racing like he's got somebody on his tail, so great job by him today. Watkins Glen International, and they are running the boot in this, and I'll tell you what, it's been an absolute amazing race here. These guys have really showed their abilities, their skills out here running road courses, and in some of the best road course cars that are in iRacing. So, you know, the Riley, definitely an awesome one, a rough, great car. Even the Skip Barber's a lot of fun. Slow car, but it's a lot of fun out here on the track. Jua, running in the 7th spot there, has had an absolute amazing day today. Going to be the leader of our class, of his class in the Skip Barber. But great job by him today. Definitely one that kind of, I'm not going to say surprised me, but one that really put it out there today. And, you know, the street stock being a little bit quicker than the Skip Barber, Jua stayed up ahead of Dog by a couple of laps. So my hat's off to him. Great racing for him today. All right, coming down to the last few seconds here, so we probably will see the white flag fly this time when the leader comes around. So we're going to stay right on him and see when he does get the white flag does fly. So one more lap here to get this thing finished up. Everybody getting the white flag. Brian Herring bringing it around here. Oh no! Oh man, that Dog spun right in front of our leader, and that's the kind of things that can really mess up the ending of a good race here. But we'll go back and take a look at that real quick. I want to go back and let's watch it from the roof the roof cam here on Brian is, we'll go back here and watch this in replay. As you can see, he spins right from it. I don't know how Brian missed that. I think he did actually get a piece of that. That was nuts right there. All right, so back up live. Brian Herring is going to take the checkered flag. And already off of the track. Wow. As he takes the win, Crusher going to be coming home second. Wow, how did he take the win and get off the track that fast? Man. Here he was. Let's get this on camera because I was looking at that replay. As he comes around right here to take the checkered flag. Brian Herring winning here today at Watkins Glen. Great job for Brian. And he pulls it right off of the track and parks it. So let's get over here real quick. We're going to get some of this stuff. Our winner today, Brian Herring. Congratulations to him. Let's see if we can get Brian down here in the booth with us, and we'll give him a talking to. He left already. Wow. I guess he didn't even want interviewed. All right, well, we'll go to Albin Norberg and get him down here and see if we can. He won the rough class.
User was moved to your
Albin Norberg, this is Rudy in the booth. You got a copy? Hey,
I got a copy.
Yeah, hey, you come home top of your class today, Albin, in the rough. How was the car, and how did it run out there, and how was the race for you today?
The car ran great. I mean, it couldn't be any better. And my race, it was pretty tough in the beginning. Cheesemaker, he was behind me. He was like 3, then 4, then 5. I mean, he was pushing me, but then I got away from him a bit. So that calmed me down a bit, and then I just kept on racing clean.
Well, it looked like a lot of fun out there, Albin. The rough, definitely a great car on these road courses. Now, Watkins Glen, one of your favorite tracks or not?
I'd say no, but I haven't run any like other courses. I've run like Lime Rock and the other 3 and this one. So we'll see in the end of the season which one is my favorite.
Well, great race out there today, Albin. Congratulations coming home top of your class in the rough. You got anybody you'd like to say hello to or thank you to?
Thanks to Cheesemaker for putting up a good competition out there. And I also want to thank Michelle for up this.
All right, absolutely. Okay, well, thanks for talking with us there, Albin, and again, congratulations for winning your class today.
Thanks, man.
User was moved.
All right, let's see if we can get Michelle down here. Dog. We'll see if we can get him in here.
Buddy was moved.
Dog, you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Wow, great race out there. You come home top of your class, only one in your class, but top of your class. You finished 8th overall. Congratulations on your class win today. Tell us about how your race went for you. We've seen you spin right there in front of the leader, Brian Herring, which we never did get a chance to talk to. He left before I could get him in here.
Oh yeah, I feel really bad for that because he was running a perfect 0 incident race, and then I ended up spinning right in front of him, and he smoked me, and he was right cheesed about that. But yeah, I have to apologize to that. I was trying to overdrive it in the last lap, and I really didn't need to, considering, like you said, I was the only one in my class. Which, surprisingly, from all of the practices, there was actually more people running the street stocks in all of the practices this week, because we do 12 practices, 12 two-hour practice sessions a week. There was more people driving the street stocks than the skippies, so I'm surprised that there was only just the one.
Right, well, How was your race out there today, and how did the car feel for you on Watkins Glen?
I was running a low fuel start setup so that I can do an early pit and run the rest of the race, and I think that kind of it worked all right for me, except for the first lap after I refilled, which gave me more fuel than what I've had in this setup before. I didn't count on how much it would push in the one corner, and I think myself and Cheesemaker got into a little bit of a bump and tuffle in the major downhill right-hander, but that wasn't too bad. It was a zero contact and just spinning, so that was decent. It was the one with Brian that I really feel bad about, because I really didn't need to goose it there, and I just really misjudgment on my part. Otherwise, everybody looked like they were racing really good. Nice clean passes everywhere. Everybody's saying thanks, letting people know what they were doing. So communication is great out there.
Kind of a small field today, though, Michelle, and was you kind of surprised at that, or do you think that's typical of an early Sunday race like this, and do you expect more for the turnout tonight?
Well, looking at the thing here, it shows that there was 13 people that showed up, so that's actually more than our regular average. So, like last season, we only averaged 8 to 9 people per race, and if we're getting 13, we're already almost double what we were doing last season, so it's already good. We're hoping to increase our numbers slowly. We got a bunch of new recruits right now that are going through their initial phases. Once they get 3 races under their belt, they get assigned numbers, and then we open up the applications again for more people to come in. But we don't like having more than 20 new people at a time, just so that we can ease everybody in nicely.
Absolutely. Well, are you excited about tonight's race? And what are you planning to run? What mod are you planning to run?
I am definitely going to be running the Skippy. That out of all the practice sessions and everything that I've done, the Skippy is the most stable and most fun, I find. You don't have to worry about having to work at making a nice clean lap. It's just a nice, smooth, easy drive. Keep an eye on what's going on. Make sure the DPs don't try running over your wheels, and you're good.
All right. Well, thanks a lot there, Doug, for talking with us. Appreciate it very much. I'll leave you in the booth here. I'd like to get a word in with a few of the other drivers. I've talked to Albin already. I'd like to get Cheesemaker down here and talk to him.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll sit here and listen.
All righty.
User was moved to
Cheesemaker, this is Rudy in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, copy.
Cheesemaker, good run today. You come in right behind Albin there, not too far. You guys were on the same lap. How did the rough run for you today?
Actually, I was surprised. It ran really well compared that I did drive truck version all week and didn't have any practice on this one, so I'm quite pleased.
Well, Albin, a pretty tough customer in that rough out there. You were ahead of him there at one time because he made a pit stop, and he got back by you. Was you trying to reel him back in, or was you just going to just be happy with taking second in your class behind him, and and just take that and be happy with that, or was you really trying to work on getting up to him again?
I knew that I can't catch him if he's not making any mistakes, because his pace was a little bit faster than mine, so I was just trying not to make a big difference in our times overall.
Well, very good race, Cheesemaker. Congratulations to you. You come in 6th overall. Would you say Watkins Glen one of your favorite tracks with the boot, or is this kind of like not so good of a track?
I was actually driving the boot version first time and second time overall on Watkins Glen, but it's actually kind of easy compared to most part, almost the same. So these two tracks, I think they are actually kind of easy tracks by all drivers. They think of these tracks that they are easy to drive.
I agree very much. Watkins Glen, kind of one of my favorite road courses, and I think a lot of people do like it because it is easy to drive. The turns are, there's not as many like right quick left turns and things like that, and more wide sweeping turns with the bus stop put in there kind of makes it a little bit more of a challenge, but great. It's a great track to just have a good, smooth road course race on. And but you did a great job out there today, Cheesemaker. Congratulations to you coming in second in your class. And you want to give a shout out to anybody special?
I just want to thank you for the broadcasting and, of course, the league for making this happening.
All right,
that's it.
Good job, and thanks again, buddy, and congratulations on your second place in your class.
Okay, thank you.
User was moved.
All right, let's see if we can get Mr. Eifling down here, and we'll get a word in with him.
User was moved to
Jimmy Eifling, this is Rudy in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Jimmy, you passed up Michael D'Amico there to take the third spot away from him. Tell us about your race today.
Pretty much, I'll practice all week. I didn't have a really good setup I was comfortable with, but I just tried to get something kind of in the middle where I could drive the car and not make any mistakes too much. I knew I was 4 or 5 seconds off the pace of the pole sitter. But my thing was I was just taking a chance on being consistent and getting to the end of the race without tearing the car up, and it paid off. I short-extended my fuel, and and on my stop and stopped just right past the halfway mark, and so that way I wasn't carrying quite as much. So that actually helped me about a second a lap throughout the race, because I was only running about 3/4 of a tank of fuel from the on each stint. And then I don't know what happened to Michael there at the end, but I guess he went off track or something. I know I passed him. He was on the right, so I'm not sure what happened there. And then after that, I just kept it down as hard as I could to stay in front of him, because I knew he was faster.
Well, it looked like a lot of fun out there. Riley, one of the favorites here at Watkins Glen. And Watkins Glen, I've been asking all the drivers, one of your favorite tracks or not?
Yeah, I'm not personally crazy about the boot. I like the classic version because it's faster. The boot takes a lot more work, and it's slower turns. You kind of have to have the setup I've got is not the same as the one I use when I run in hosted races on the classic track. But it's one of my, if you added up all the tracks I've ran here on iRacing, it's probably one of the top 3, I would think, out of that I've got the most experience on. So I'd say it's one of my favorites.
All right. Well, Jimmy, congratulations anyhow, coming in the third spot in the Riley today. Thank you for talking with us. A great interview. Glad that somebody that can put out such a great interview like that. That's really awesome. You got anybody that you'd like to thank today?
Mainly Michael for putting the league on. Kevin and Ryan and Jeff. They helped me a lot. As far as suggestions on like if I'm struggling with the setup or something, because I really don't have a lot of time during the week to practice. So I kind of get a few tips from them here and there. So thanks to everybody in the league, and thanks to you guys for broadcasting today for us. We really appreciate it.
All right, Jimmy, thanks a lot. And again, thanks for talking with us.
Yes, sir. Thanks.
User was moved out.
All right, Dog, I don't know, who is this Jua Keeley? Do you know who that is?
Jua Keeley. He's one of our other Finland drivers.
Okay, is he in TeamSpeak? No.
Not that I know of.
Okay, what about Braveheart? I don't know who that is.
He wasn't here earlier, but it looks like he jumped out. The only people that I can see that you haven't already interviewed is Michael D'Amico, who was in the race. Otherwise, Kevin Binkley was the second place runner of the evening race last weekend, but he didn't run in this one.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll get an interview in with Michael D'Amico here then.
Buddy was moved to your channel.
Michael, this is Rudy in the booth. You got a copy? Michael D'Amico. And he's not there. Michael, you there? Okay. Well, anyhow,
Yeah.
oh, there he is. Hey, coming in fourth today in your race, Michael. Great race. I was on you quite a bit today.
Yeah, I'm here.
Not there.
Yeah, I got you, Rudy.
Is he that far behind or what? Hello?
I think he's got some sort of delay.
It must be. He's lagging out or something really bad.
I'm right here, guys. But are you trying to talk to me?
Yeah, we're talking to you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I kind of listened to broadcast and I had the delay, so.
Okay, well, shut the broadcast off.
It's off. It's off. What's up?
Okay, how was your race today, Michael? Coming home fourth place. Great job. I was on you quite a bit with the cameras, and looked like you were hooked up very well. And how did your car run for you on Watkins Glen today?
Oh, the car was running great. It was just a very long, well, more of a race than I conditioned myself for, I guess. Maybe 15 minutes longer than I had concentration for. Right there, about 15 minutes ago, I started. That's where I started losing the concentration. But it's tough to keep focused, and you got a lot of strategies going on in your head. So that's where you start to lose. Once you lose concentration, then it's over.
Yeah, definitely. What happened there with just a few laps to go or a few minutes to go that Jimmy Eifling got back by you and put you back to fourth?
I was keeping my eye on him. That's one of my, like I said, there's so many different strategies. One of them is, I like to run up there right on somebody's bumper for a while and then kind of back off, and then they'll tend to lose concentration after that. That's basically what happened to me. I knew I was getting down to the end. I knew he was within striking distance if I made a mistake, so I was keeping my eye on that distance between us, and took my eye off the road for a second with bad tires, man. It was over. So I kind of spun and hit the wall.
Well, I've been asking all the drivers today, Michael, Watkins Glen, one of your favorite tracks or not?
Definitely. This track, one of my favorites. Yes.
Now, did you like it with the boot, or would you rather run the Classic, the Cup, or what's your favorite configuration on this track?
I like it without the bus stop, but it's like the dogs say. It throws that little extra bit of skill you got to have, that everyone doesn't. A lot of people don't like to run it because it distracts them right going in there, and it's complicated, but it's definitely, either way is fine with me. I like it, like I said, I like it without the boot, but I've been practicing here all week and training for this race, so I got used to it and I'm dealing with it. It was a lot of fun, and I'm just proud to be out here with these guys. So fourth place finish here, no matter what, is great for me.
Absolutely. Well, I was very proud of you for the job that you ran today, Michael, or the race that you ran, excuse me. But anybody you'd want to give a shout out to or a thank you to, now's your time, buddy.
Well, definitely the dogs for doing this, because I've been an endurance racer for a long time, just never had a place to race, and this is definitely the place. I mean, they keep control of it, and everybody trains and works together and has a good time, and that's what it's all about. So definitely the dogs and you for broadcasting with MaxSpeedTV, and Arizona Painters making it all possible for me.
Absolutely. Well, we plugged them a little bit during the race for that. So, but thank you for talking with us there, Michael. Dog, you got any last minute things you want to throw out here on the broadcast before we close this out?
Not much. Just a thanks to all the drivers that showed up. It's always great to have everybody that actually does come out. There was a couple of them. I want to definitely make sure to send a thank you to Jeffrey Belk there. He actually got attacked by a dog last night, and he wasn't even sure if he was going to be able to make the race. So he came in, he tried his best, and I guess it just started hurting him too much, and he bowed out at the closer to the mid-race, I guess. And a couple of the other guys were having some issues, and I know there was a couple guys that wanted to be in this race but had other real-life duties that they had to do. So great thanks for the desire to be in here. Definitely great thanks to the guys who didn't have the ability to make the whole race but still came and turned some laps as best as they could. And just everybody in the league in general, they all make it happen. They make the league. I'm honored to be able to put out setups for all of them. I have a Dropbox that's permanently open for them that has all the latest setups that I've been working on, and some of the guys were running with it this event. Some of them will be running with it on next event, and they can tweak it from there, but I like making a base setup that's an alternative to the iRacing one, and they've been all but giving me good comments on that.
All right.
Otherwise, thank you guys to doing the broadcast. It's great for us. I love watching the broadcasts after the races. I have it up on my stream as multi-Twitch box, but I don't have the audio on it, so people can see it. I also have now on my stream, my own personal stream, whenever you guys are broadcasting, I have a floating box on the corner that says that you guys are broadcasting too, so it's a little bit of advertisement for you guys.
Very cool, very cool. All right, well, thanks a lot, Dog, and we appreciate all your great comments for MaxSpeedTV. But stay tuned tonight because Michael will be broadcasting tonight on MaxSpeedTV Channel 2. That's twitch.tv/MaxSpeedTV_2. Or you can check it out at MaxSpeedTV.com, where you can watch it also from there. But thanks for tuning in, and Watkins Glen today, Brian Herring bringing home the overall win, Albin Norberg bringing home a win for the rough, Ewa, is that how you said it? It was Ewa?
Yeah, Ewa.
Ewa bringing home for the Skip Barber, and Dog winning today in the street stocks. Yeah, I'll get it out. In the street stocks for all the multi-class. 4 classes run today at Watkins Glen Boot, and a great race by these guys. And they will be tuning in tonight at MaxSpeedTV Channel 2. Thanks for staying with us here today.